Hey guys, this is me redoing my guide on how to model Bob. So, first thing you do is you start off with the UV sphere, shade it smooth, and let's just go on this axis, move it up, and you want to go into edit mode. Make sure proportional editing is checked on. So now what you do is you just select the top, and you press G, then Z, and you can zoom in, just push it in. But don't push it in too much, just push it in enough to where the surface on the top is almost flat like this. Except we don't need it to be that flat. It can be sort of like that. And we can zoom in and maybe zoom in a little bit and pull it up a bit. And you want to do that to the bottom as well, just to make it proportional. So, kind of want it to look like this. This is the ideal shape. And now that you've done that, you can just go right here to textures and give it a red texture. There you go. And we can move it. Now let's go into eyes. So you add a UV sphere and you shade it smooth. Then you add another UV sphere and you just size it down a bit, shade smooth, and then you have to move it to where it kind of pokes up to the front here. But what you have to do is you have to size it down. So you have to do S and then Y and just flatten down the eye until it looks sort of eye shaped. So next you add a black texture and you want to turn down the roughness like that. And this one you just add one, you don't need to add anything there. So you can do so next you have to select both and just do Control J, and that makes it one sphere, so selectable is one object. And now we're gonna do eyelids. So basic stuff, you add a sphere and you just have to size it above the eye like that, shade smooth, then you go on your one axis and you just have to go wireframe mode. Next you go into edit mode and you just have to cut off half of these. And next what you do is you select the bottom piece here and you press ES and push it down to about where the eye is in the middle, right there. And now add thickness to our eye, and as you can see, there we go. Now what you do is you press Shift D and rotate it along the x-axis. That gives us our bottom eyelid. And the last step here is just select the eye in the middle, go to Object, go to Set Origin, and set it to the center of mass right there. What that will do is it'll let it be rotatable. And next we could just copy all of this and Shift D and move it close next to the eye, like about right here. Looks good. And next what we do is we go on each eyelid and we add an edge split, which is a modifier, and it makes it look much better. And we can texture that as well as red with the texture we already made by selecting here. And there you go, those are eyes. Now to make it look more Veggietales like, you need to add a lattice, and a lattice will, if you're planning on rigging it, give you a better more controllability over things. So you want to go 3, 3, 3 on each. Then on the left eye, select all objects on your left eye, including the left lattice, and you just do Control P, lattice to form, and you do it the exact same thing to this one. And there you go. And finally, we can go into edit mode on this one. Select the top here and just make sure not proportional editing for a sec, and just pull it up a little bit to where it looks a bit normal. And you want to do it to this one also. So let's just do it to this one as well. Now you can obviously move it so that it looks a bit more accurate. Like I think, yeah, there we go. So now last step with the eyes is you select both, press S, Y, and there you go. Eyes are finished, and we can pull it up and push it onto our Bob model here, and you know, make it look a bit more flushed to it as well by sizing it down. And yeah, there you go. And we can just add the nose, which is just a basic sphere that is colored red. So there you go. You just zoom in to get a better angle. Okay, there we go. Now let's move into the mouth, and what you have to do with the mouth is you just have to add a cylinder. And what you do with the cylinder is you go into here, the object properties, and you want to go to viewport display and change this to wire. And the next step is you go into edit mode, and you want to just delete these, and there you go. Now you're left with this kind of shape right here. Turn on proportional editing and just move it to where it looks like a mouth shape, and you know, make sure it's even also, and you want to just pull it to the point where it looks most like a mouth, and that's about right. So what we can do next is just press A and then E and then Z, or no, yeah, and then we can press one sec, let me just go back. So you want to press E, I'm pretty sure it's not Z, I don't, okay, there we go, A, E and then Z, and then you want to pull it down like that. And next, what you want to do is select the body and go into edit mode, and then press A, then press Shift D, and then press S, and you just push it down. And what that will do is give us the inside of Bob's texture. So what you want to do is click Add, New, Black, oops, Black, and finally Assign. And you should be done with that. So we can pull our Bob a little bit back here. So next we have to just do this. So let's size this down, and about mouth shape. Now the thing about doing the mouth this method is that you can keep adding shape keys to it. So what we do next is we just push it in where it's halfway through, like that. Select the body, go here, and then add a boolean, and select your cylinder, and you want to click fast, and there you go. You can add a subdivision surface to this if you want, but I don't think it helps it that much. And you can obviously change the properties of everything, so I might add a subdivision surface to this if that even helps, because I do see some property issues here. If I can just push it in a bit more. Alright, so that semi-fixes the problem. But yeah, that's the mouth part. And you can keep changing that, like here. If you like, you can just, oops. Yeah, here's the problem. Alright. Okay, so we just done that. And you can keep changing those by making more shape keys. So I'm just gonna make this our basis shape key. And you can add another one that's like smile or something. And then you go into edit mode, and wait, yeah, So we can go into edit mode and just sort of add a basic smile, and there you go. I don't know why though it's putting it up there, and it should be up here, so I just fixed it. There you go. So we just gave Bob like a smile, and it's in that kind of form, so we can just leave it like that. So the next step is to make the leaves. So I'm going to start off making the stem for the leaf by starting off with a cylinder, and what you got to do is go into edit mode and just size this down a bit with proportional editing. Size that down a bit, and kind of want to size the base down a bit as well if you want. So it kind of looks like this, and then now you select the top and you press ES, push it in a bit but not too much, and then you want to press E and rotate it proportionally, sort of like this. Kind of rotate this, and then we can just pull it like that, and that looks pretty okay. And now we can just add a subdivision surface, make it simple. But actually you don't even really need that. You kind of don't need that. You can add an edge split if you'd like, so there you go. And you could just give it like a greenish texture, and we're going to use that greenish texture to make the top of his head. So all we need is a plane, and you just go into edit mode, and you want to use the knife tool by pressing K. And what you want to do is just make a bunch of triangle patterns in the shape of the circle, so like this. And just keep doing that. And press enter. And now you can just delete these halves right here where it's not that part. And yeah. Next step is just press A, E, and Z, or yeah, let's just do that. Well, it's actually pulling up. I don't know why it's not snapping to the Z. Okay, there you go. And just pull it up to the right thickness, and there you go. You can shade smooth if you'd like, and just give it that greenish texture that you gave that part. And what you do basically is just put this part right here, size it down a little bit, and there you go, and put it like around in the center. There is probably better ways to do that, but let's just join the objects by doing Control J, and there you go. Next step is just put it on Bob's head like this. And you want to do it in a way where it's kind of like almost flush, and then you go into edit mode and you just make it more flush, and you can add more changes by just have proportional editing on and making sure that you're doing this. This is just my method of doing it, but you know, probably way better ways to do this. So yeah, you just keep pulling these down until it looks okay and flush with the body, and yeah, keep doing this to all of the triangles until it kind of looks like it's filling in. So I'm going to keep doing this. And it looks pretty okay. So I'll keep doing that. Looks good. Okay, it looks good. And I might as well adjust this because I think that the faces on this is just too, yeah, I'm gonna just delete this completely. I want to add, okay, I just want to just fix this. Okay. And I can just do this. And F. And that looks better. But I want to actually extrude it without having like such a cut angle like that. Like how it was before. And I want to just, there we go. That's much better. That is way better. And we can probably size this whole thing down quite a bit. Alright. That's looking much better. And I might as well rotate it on this side because typically that's what you'll see. Or yeah. Select all of these. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. And that looks pretty okay. So you just select the body and the top and Control J. And now they're joined. And oh wait, I don't know why that. Oh, the boolean is gone. Oh, you know what? That's weird. Okay, there we go. You know what's weird? That's kind of a graphical glitch, I think. Because that's not supposed to be green there. Super strange. I don't know why it's making this part right here green. And I think, you know, let's pull this in a bit more. Alright, what I'm going to do is try and fix this. So let me just separate all of these. Alright. I'm going to move the inside cylinder, or the inside sphere up a little bit. Just way more so that it looks more conjoined. Alright. Now I'm just going to select all of these and Control J. Alright, that is much better. Much better. Looks way more flush. And we can just, anytime we want to change the smile, just do that. And that's Bob. You can make some other adjustments to it as well. Such as, you know, changing the eye shape, making it smaller, doing all these things. Like I think if we get a reference photo, I think the eyes are a bit more separated. Yeah, like that. The eyes are like that. His nose is a bit bigger, like that. That's looking more like Bob. And if you ever want to change the eye shape, you could just go to select both and just do mesh, separate by material, and go back to object, and you can just size this down. And you don't need to remake the eye. Just size it down, and yeah, there you go. And I'm gonna do it to this one too. I just think, yeah, maybe I want to make it at least more accurate. Alright, that looks the best. You could just join these again like we did before with the other objects. So there you go, there's Bob, and the eyes are rotatable. So, wait, let me go back into this. So you just, if this happens to you, to any of your eyes, just select the eye, go to set origin, and right there we go, now it should work. Almost. Oh wait. Ugh. I need to fix these. I think I pulled them in way too much. Yeah. I need to do it to both. I didn't realize, but yeah. I need to do that to both of them. I just need to fix them. So let me do that again, actually. So yeah, let's just push these back. That's about right. And this one too. Just so they're touching the eye, and then we can just join them again. And join these again. There we go. There you go, working eyes. And you can do other rigs and stuff like that. Make it a whole rig by adding a whole lattice here and then adding some empties. And you can, you know, make the viewport visibility for all of them controllable. And, you know, I can actually, if you guys want to rig your own models, I can leave a link in the description of how to rig a lattice thing. And it's actually pretty easy, especially for this kind of model, because it is in the video it's a sphere, so it's almost like Bob, so you can just use that as a guide. You can also rig it to the eyes to make them shrink and stuff like that, but you know, that's, you know, you can do that. And you can always add more shape keys to this. We only added 2, so we added this. And if you ever want to make teeth are pretty easy to make. You just add a cube, and what you do is you just size it down. You're supposed to add 2 cubes. So what you do is you just press S, then S, then Y, and then you pull it in, and then SX, pull it in, and then SC, and you should have like a shape like that. Duplicate it and wait, let me go back. Duplicate it and move it down the x-axis or z-axis, and make them sort of like that. And you can size these down by the z-axis as well, because they don't need to be this tall. And just make sure they're like about here. And just click both objects and do Control J, and then you can just move it where Bob's teeth are inside of him, and you can put him right here and size him up. And yeah, we probably don't need this to be this tall, so you can just size it down. We don't need it that tall. There you go. That's teeth, and you can just pull it up a bit more, like about right here. Like, it's still too big, and you can try and fix this. Okay, there we go. That looks good. And yeah, we can probably go back a bit more. Alright, well, that looks better, I guess. So yeah, there you go. You can add better shape keys than this, because I feel like, you know, it could be better. And, you know, always make sure all of your adjustments are good. So I think this could be a bit more, you know, big. I think it could be a bit more big, so there we go. As well as the nose. So there you go. There's Bob. And we can always, you know, add more things later on. You know, improve it. But this is just a basic guide. Alright, so I added a subdivision surface to this. It doesn't look great, so I'm just going to remove it. But yeah, there you go. I'm actually going to rotate this along here because it looks super weird. But yeah, there you go. There's Bob. We can fix him a bit. There you go. That's how you model Bob. I'm going to end this video with a render. If you guys liked it, make sure to like the video and sub. Thanks for watching, guys.